I have to start with the urgent imperative for me, my largest school district back home, Scranton School District. In August, you and your team came up and put the school under financial watch. I think it's important, Ms. Secretary, just for me to, I mean, I'm not telling you probably anything you don't already know, but there are 10,000 students in that district. The recommendations that were made by the Auditor General are being acted on or have been acted on by that board. I think it's distinct from other financial watch institutions for a couple of reasons. One, their tax effort is about 38th among all districts, which means the locals are sharing that burden. Mm-hmm. Number one. Number two, they have a growing population of students, not a shrinking one, a growing population of students. And as far as per pupil reimbursement is concerned, notwithstanding your comments about the new funding formula, it only applies to incremental new money. They're probably subsidized at around $2,000 less per student than the state average. So I just would like you to talk a little bit about what it means for them to be in financial watch, what you think is going to happen, how long that process is likely to unfold, and I need to ask you and the administration's help. The governor, to his credit, has been helpful, and I appreciate that, and we did something as part of a larger budget deal last year that did provide additional support for the district, but I'm going to need it again this year, and I just needed to be on the record with you about that, because I need the support of the department.
So first, just acknowledging or identifying, the real need of financial support. That's where the department really comes in. Although we don't necessarily carry an appropriations to align and allocate to school districts in such a way, but we do inform. We inform both our partners in the General Assembly and the administration around that need. And when you think of Scranton, specifically, you probably see a pretty robust case study in terms of what some of the needs are and how significant those needs are, and how it's no one point in time or one decision that leads to this need. It's generations. It's of factors. And some of those, of course, are financial factors. In Scranton, I think one of the lessons and opportunities that that we've learned is knowing the impact of starting early. So we engaged, although we know the official watch and distress language and the technical support we're currently putting in place, because that's been pretty visible. But we've engaged in conversation with the administration and board and local leadership of Scranton over the course of almost 2 years now. Mm-hmm. Just going in and taking a look at the budget, looking at the timeline in which budgets are finalized and submitted, and whether Scranton would be in need of advance, in need of smaller support around looking at their special education population, English learning population, and so the support and the actions that Scranton have built upon themselves over the course of a couple of years. What a distinction that we currently have and will continue to provide, and there is no timeline. I mean, one of the areas that I will share with you, we don't tell districts we're going to pack up our bags and leave in 6 months, 12 months, 1 year or 2 years. We tend to stay with school districts as long as needed to provide internal technical support to the business manager and administrator. Business manager, we work with our partners at PASBO or PFM to provide on-site support and training around some of the look-fors around school finance.
Appreciate that, Mr. Secretary.
We actually provided, a lesson learned is we offered all school districts 1-hour webinars around best practice in school finance, and anyone across the Commonwealth could sign up to participate in Scranton, did participate in many of those individual trainings. We also provide support to the administration. The superintendent participated in our Superintendent's Academy, which looked at academic equity and providing opportunities for students, and created an action learning project that helped align some resources. And I also know we've made ourselves available to the school board to help support accordingly. David, so there's some areas as it relates to distressed and the like. I'm walled off because I'm an adjudicator, but David, who's here on our team, has been spending a lot of time there, and I think he has the route to Scranton memorized. He doesn't have to use GPS anymore.